But the only way I'm going to help you maintain some semblance of humor about yourself is to entertain you. Entertain you while trying to inform you as to the goings-on. But the goings-on are going on. The goings-on have always been going on. Yes, we have the worst president in the history of the Republic. Yes, we have the most divisive, incompetent administration in the history of the world, in this country, rather. But there's nothing I can do about it particularly. We're living in a dictatorship. How many times have I told you that our system was set up and it's a rigged system? We have a system that is fundamentally a dictatorship that is punctuated by an election every 4 years. And during those 4 years, you're living in a dictatorship. You have no opportunity to change the government. You can't throw them out of office. We do not live in a parliamentary democracy of the kind that England has. They have a far better system than we do. Because if there was a vote of no confidence right now, if we had such a government, and if we had a true opposition party, I can almost guarantee you that there'd be a call for a vote of no confidence and Obama would be thrown out of office. But we don't have that. So what's the point of talking about it? Day in and day out. Day in and day out. And day in and day out. I can't do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do this. Now I'm talking about a subject that's of interest to me. But as you see, it's related to political addiction. Sex addiction is the topic. The callers are many. You're invited to call. We have some therapists on the line. Who's the best therapist? Here we go. KKOH in Reno, Nevada. Denise, you're on the Savage Nation. Thanks for calling. What's on your mind?
Thank you, Dr. Savage. Longtime Savagette. I would like to first say that I'm going to read Michael Tyson's book now. He really coined some of the phrases that I hear my clients saying about traumatic loss and extreme euphoria and the way they try to medicate their lives with either drugs, alcohol, or sex and how powerful that is on their brains. And I have wives bringing their husbands in saying, I didn't sign up for a man to be addicted to pornography.
But Denise, you're a sex therapist. Is that what you do for a living?
I'm an addiction therapist and a marriage and family therapist, and I treat sex addicts with a...
Well, what is a sex addict? How do you define it? Sex more than how many times a week?
Well, it's not so much about the number of times per week. It's about the effect that it has on them and their lack of control and the things that they're doing that they never wanted to do.
So let's say we'll take a man now. We'll pick on the men and leave the poor women alone. We won't talk about nymphomania. By the way, is the word nymphomania no longer permitted to be used? It's like thrown out of the DSM, right?
Pretty much. And
yeah. In other words, if you look at Miley Cyrus or any of the other sluts on stage doing a striptease, you can't use words that might embarrass them. They are perfectly normal role models for our young children. They are role models for our young girls in the sick, demented, sick society that we live in. So the word nymphomania doesn't exist. Slut doesn't exist. Nothing exists anymore except if it feels good, do it. So if everyone feels they can do anything they want, why are they problematic with their sexual drives? I don't understand it.
Well, I think they're trying to assuage some kind of grief, or their extreme experiences have just gotten out of hand. I'm sure your listeners can relate to how strong the experience of sex is and how much it's difficult to contain. So my clients are literally trying to find another way to deal with their problems. So what do they do? What do they do? They take up yoga? I do recommend that, and frankly, I think that pornography and political correctness are real problems, and I'm trying to help them become real men and real women.
Well, now that's an interesting second there. I'm an adamant believer that pornography should be banned in America, like in the 50s. It should go underground, and the book should be burned. The video should be stopped. They should be banned. They're destroying America. They're destroying marriages. They're destroying children. The children have no idea what normal sex is from the porn merchants that are online.
Exactly, and I think that extreme experience, and because of political correctness, they're not allowed to talk about it in a normal way. By the time they get to me, they've been in so much shame for so many years, it's all they can do to talk about it.
But Denise, why is it that none of the conservatives running for office or in power ever talk about pornography or drugs? How come family values, which are directly related to the drug addiction and the porno addiction in this society, how come the Republicans never talk about it? How are they any different than the Democrats? All they're doing is fighting over the budget and money. Why are they not fighting over family values or social issues, I ask myself, day in and day out. Thanks for the call. If you are a therapist or a sex addict, the phone number is 855-497-2882. I'll be right back.
Join the Savage Nation. Call